Hello everybody, welcome back to DillonCOYS, and this is my post-match thoughts and play ratings on Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester City 0. Going into the game, I wasn't too confident, I won't lie. It was something I was expecting to maybe go a bit 50-50, a little bit like the Super Cup as well, although I'd say we were a lot more, as you'd probably think, outplayed in the Super Cup, you know, PSG with the team they've got. But I had a little bit of confidence going into this given our record against City, let alone City at their stadium, the Etihad. Let's be honest now. No matter how much we're struggling, we always seem to be grabbing wins against City. I don't know how we do it, but we do it. Watching today's game, I think Spurs looked in pretty much decent control throughout the entire 90 minutes, unlike a certain game the other week against a decent opposition. It was a massive improvement. Just defensive-wise as well, we just looked absolutely solid, even when Man City brought on some of their much stronger players. I was really proud on some of the notable performances, like Kudus again, just an absolute standout performance for me. He's absolutely on fire. I can't believe it. Him, Richarlison, Sarr, I can't believe it. And honestly, of course, a big credit to the defence as well, because where would we be without them? There was hardly a dull moment in this match. A few quiet moments where, you know, I got a little bit bored, but honestly, at the end of the day, especially after that first goal went in by Brennan Johnson, Richarlison just sort of catching Man City's high line. A lot of Man City players were slipping throughout the 90 minutes. If you were watching, you probably would have noticed that. A few Spurs players did as well, but notably it was the Man City players with the high intensity slipping about like there was a bunch of banana peels on the field. And it paid off for this one big time, because after a header from I think it was Sarr, Richarlison just ran through, and I think if it was either Diaz or Stones just slipped and could not catch the man anymore. And Richarlison on the right hand side just found Johnson in the middle. And he just hit it home. It was given as offside originally. I could tell immediately. Really, that wasn't offside. I would have been able to tell, but it was 1-0 Spurs, and we were in the driving seat. And at that point, I was thinking, here we go. This is what we do against City. We love it. Let's carry on. And just before the first half even finished, Paulinho was given an absolute gift from the new signing James Trafford for Man City. Their new goalkeeper, who's put Ederson on the bench pretty much, suffered big time. A really poor pass out from the back cost them that second goal, and I think that pretty much killed City off, to be honest. Going 2-0 up in the break is never something a team ever wants to be in. I was a little bit skeptical given how we've been at blowing a lead, especially a 2-0 one against a really decent team. But fret not, we managed to get away with it, and it was a massive improvement from last time. We just, like I said, we just looked in control. Maybe not possession wise, but we just looked absolutely solid and confident. Whenever City had the ball and had these chances, we looked like we knew what we were going to be doing. It's like we could read their minds. Honestly, it was absolutely amazing. But anyway, yeah, my man of the match once again is Mohamed Kudus. But let's get into the player rating. Now, starting off with Richarlison, once again, another great performance from him. Just sort of stood out this time. He managed to get an assist today for the first goal for Brennan Johnson. He definitely stood out in my eyes. He did manage to get a couple of shots in it. It's always a little bit difficult with Richarlison, but for me, I think he had a solid performance today, and I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. Then up on the left wing, Brennan Johnson. Now, once again, Brennan for me had a bit of a tricky game. It was hard seeing him have some of the ball sometimes. It's been like how it's been the past couple of games for him. But again, he just seems to be getting goals in. I don't know how he does it, but he's always there to finish the goal. I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean, I'm happy that he does that. He definitely had some shining moments for me, Brennan Johnson, but I think he did struggle a little bit. It was definitely one of his better games, though, for sure. I know left wing is definitely not his strongest position, but I will give Brennan Johnson also a 7.5 out of 10. Next, Pat Sarr in. I think he played a bit of a number 10 role. Now, Pat Sarr won man of the match, or player of the match, if you will. And for me, I just didn't see that. I didn't quite understand what it was that made him win that, if you will say. He seemed to be struggling the most for me. Definitely not one of his strongest performances. He definitely lost quite a few. He lost most of the ball. I think he lost the most duels in the match out of anyone. You know, number 10 is not his preferred role, so I can't blame him too much. But so he was around the pitch quite a lot. I will give him that. He definitely put in a lot of effort. There were some notable moments for him, but it was a little bit. So I think I'm going to give Sarr a 6.5 out of 10. But big ups to him. Next, Mohamed Kudus, and like I said, he's my man of the match. Absolutely excellent. Again, just constantly over the field. He was helping out Pedro Porro around the back a lot. That sounds a bit weird actually. But yeah, honestly, I don't know how much I can emphasize the energy that Mohamed Kudus gives off on the pitch. It's like he just wants to win. It's like he's playing a cup final every single match. Honestly, if you've not seen him play already, definitely check him out in his last few games for Spurs, because the energy is so passionate and so bloody caring. I don't know. It's getting to me. It's getting me emotional almost. It's absolutely ridiculous. But Mohamed Kudus, unreal on the ball today, and that right hand side just absolutely unstoppable for me. He's always going to be, if he keeps this up, he's going to be one of my favourite Spurs players ever at this rate. Mohamed Kudus for me, I'm going to give him a big 8 out of 10. Big up. Next in sort of the midfield area is Rodrigo Bentancur. Now Bentancur for me, he was more of a defensive player today than an attacking one, and I think he did absolutely excellent. He definitely helped back up those players in defence big time. Not too much I think I can say about Bentancur from the top of my head, but I do know for a fact that he had a solid game, one that I would love to see him do well. Him and Paulinho seem to have partnered up absolutely brilliantly. I think Bentancur can play that role really well, and he showed it very much today against Manchester City. A lot of blocks, clearances, just in general looked absolutely solid. You could probably play him as a DM, probably not solo, but him and Paulinho are absolutely amazing. I'm going to give Bentancur a 7.5 out of 10. Next is Paulinho, as I was just getting onto him from Bentancur. Yeah, he had an excellent game as well, a bit like Bentancur. Paulinho obviously he's just getting into the Spurs squad. He scored his first Tottenham Hotspur goal today after a mistake from James Trafford from a pass back, as I said a few minutes ago. He absolutely deserved it. Loved seeing him celebrate the way he did. He looked absolutely delighted, absolutely over the moon for him. Yeah, there were some moments where he looked like an absolute brick wall at the back. Big ups to him. I could see him doing really, really well in future games against big teams like this, and I think we are gonna need him. You know, I think it's just as well we managed to get him in this transfer window, but it's definitely something to look forward to with Paulinho. Big ups to him. I'm gonna give him also a 7.5 out of 10. Starting off the defense now, I'm gonna start with Jed Spence. Jed Spence for me was probably the player and the whole squad who struggled the most for me today. There was a lot of moments where he just sort of cheaply gave the ball away or let the ball sort of roll underneath him. He definitely did struggle. He's not really a left back for me. I don't think that is his preferred position. For me, he's a bit more of a wing back, and it can be very frustrating to watch him play and have the ball sometimes, because I know him in the back of my mind he can definitely struggle a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give Spence a bit of a lower rating of 6.5 out of 10. Next is Mickey van der Ven as our left centre back. Yeah, Mickey van der Ven. He had some big moments in the game. I think one of them that stood out to me. I could be wrong. It could have been him or Paulinho, to be honest, but I think it was when Foden got into the box and was pretty much lined up for a very close-up shot, and Van der Ven just slid in and blocked it, and it was, I think, probably very much needed given how late it was coming into the game. It could have easily opened a door for City to crawl their way back in. But yeah, no, Van der Ven just does his job so well, and today was one of them. I'm going to give Van der Ven a 7 out of 10. Next, Christian Romero as our right centre-back. He had an absolutely solid game. I think just a little bit better than Van der Ven. It stood out a little bit more to me. He was just huge captain role in that defence. Honestly, massive improvement. It was really enjoyable watching him. I can say it every time. Just the passion he has for this club, it seems, and just the game itself. He will fight for the badge, Christian Romero. I mean, it says here he did 1 block, 3 clearances, 2 headed clearances, 3 interceptions, 10 defensive contributions, 6 recoveries, and he was dribbled past 0 times. I mean, that's just a brief little snippet there, but I mean, honestly, absolutely solid performance by Christian Romero. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. And then we've got Pedro Porro on the right hand side, the right back. He was a thing about Porro today for me. He was a little bit like Spence in a way, maybe not as poor and noticeably, but it definitely did struggle a little bit there. He definitely did have a decent game though, in a sense. He had some moments for himself. He had some set piece chances as well that weren't too far off. Had some excellent passes, some much needed one-on-one tackles. I'm very happy from his performance, but it's just a little bit iffy here and there. But I'm gonna give Pedro Porro a 7 out of 10. And then finally in the starting 11 it is Vicario. Now Vicario was very much needed today. Man City, like I said, they had some big chances, and Vicario was there to stop quite a few of them. There was maybe 1 or 2 times where it was just one-on-one with the keeper, and Vicario managed to stop him. I mean, it says here he did 1 diving save, 2 saves inside the box, a punch, 3 throws, 6 recoveries, and I just think he had an absolutely excellent game today. 4 saves as a total. Yeah, absolutely impressive. Very impressive for me. I'm going to give Vicario an 8 out of 10. Now, a lot of the substitutes came on very late, so I think the ones I will do are Dominic Solanke and Wilson Odobert. Lucas Bergwall and Kevin Danso came on in the last couple minutes of the game, so I can't really give a rating for them. But I will start with Dominic Solanke. Dominic Solanke, yeah, not too much to say to me. He did actually have a chance, a shot chance with just over 10 minutes to go. It would be good to see him come back from injury properly. I don't know if he is fully fit yet, but with Richarlison seemingly in form at the moment, it's going to be an interesting battle, and I think he's going to really try and fight for his place. Yeah, I can't really give too much to Dominic Solanke, but I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. And then finally, Wilson Odobert. Now, despite him not being on the pitch long, there was 1 or 2 moments of magic from Odobert, dribbling magic. He was absolutely excellent on the ball, sort of skipping around the Man City defence. It was very entertaining to watch, even if it was very brief. It was very fun and incredible, and I was really over the moon watching that. I sort of was like, oh my god, are you kidding me right now? But yeah, Wilson Odobert, he's another player who's sort of coming back from injury, just sort of getting his gears back on, if that's even a phrase. I don't even know, I don't care. But yeah, I'm going to give Wilson Odobert a 6.5 out of 10 as well. Just a decent performance. Would love to see him on the pitch more on that left hand side. But that's all from me today. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe and comment. Check the socials in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Come on, you Spurs.